just going to move this over here. And
I'm recording using Firefly, so I stopped the Zoom recording.
okay. And then this over here. Okay, so you guys can see my screen, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, put this back down here. All right, Zenlist. Okay, so what is Zenlist and how do you get there? So let's go ahead and do this. Bring this back over here. And all right, there's Zen. Actually, I'm going to go to Okta because most people are going to just, like anything else, you can get directly to a lot of these EXP tools, but I'm going to go from Okta because everybody should know how to get here, right? So this is Okta. And then I'm going to go to where is it?
Should be in the top toolbar.
No, it's not. That's weird.
Well, I just search. You don't have to scroll down. You just type it in.
It's down 4 rows.
Oh, well, thank you. Well, here it is. And you can also auto launch when I sign in.
Oh.
But she likes search, which is good. So, but anyway, here we go. So now we're in Zenlist. Now, Zenlist is a portal that any real estate company can, subscribe to, I should say. Okay. So I should probably put this in front of me. Sorry. So, well, I guess it's okay. All right. So here is what you see when you log in, and you see how I have 9 people active in here. You have, unless it's changed, it could have, but you have for free, EXP pays for you to have access to Zenlist, first of all. And then it pays to have, you can have 10 investors or 10 email addresses, 10 users, 10 clients, I guess is probably the best word for it, right? To be able to go in here and utilize this to search for properties. Now, let me start out by saying they can search, you can search any MLS in the entire country by going into here, right? And the way you do that is when you do search, you go to multi-MLS, right? And you go to Zen. Okay, so this is active listings all over the entire country, not EXP listings, just any listings for any company, right? So, but let's say even if something's on the market, right, and somebody you have signed up here, right, under clients is searching, when they find a property anywhere in the country, it's going to give them your information, right? I think. Let me just double check this. Keep me honest. This one happens to be an EXP listing. Let's see. Go out of here. Whoa. Let's go over here. There we go. See, Steph. Oh, so it does. All right. So the regular general MLS stuff. This is an MLS feed, but it's going to actually give the listing agents information. Okay, because this is not an off-market property. This here is just a regular property that's listed for sale on MLS. If you were to go to Zillow, you're going to find it. Realtor.com, you're going to find it. This is just one of many listings, right, that are available. Okay, you can sort it by active and all that as well. Okay, so that's Zen. Now, here is EXP. Just like, think of this as, everybody knows Compass has exclusive listings, right? Okay,
yes.
I think I saw it, at least one head nod. Okay, so Compass, if you were in Compass agent, I don't know if they use Zenlist or what they use, but anybody could use this. So you could have Compass exclusive listings, right? We have our, of course, EXP listings, and that's exclusives right here. EXP residential office exclusives. Okay, when I click on that, now see how it says exclusive? These are all exclusive. These are off-market pocket listings that EXP agents have all over the entire country. Okay, and really all over the world. I'm not sure if it, Kelly, are you sure? Do you know if it's global yet? Doesn't look like it
No.
is.
No,
Okay,
it's the US only.
So it's the US. Okay, so in the US, including Hawaii over here, we have 794 listings. Okay, they're all off-market pocket listings. Now, my hope is that more and more agents, EXP agents, understand what this is and find out about it and start using it, right? This is if you had a FSBO, right? If you're prospecting FSBOs, you could ask a FSBO, hey, do you mind if I advertise your home off market, right? Not can I take the listing, just will you allow me to take some photos and put it on here, right? So I'll give you an example. I don't know if I have any on here right now, but let's say this property here in Huntington Beach, right? So this property it's actually coming soon. So this agent put this in here as a coming soon, right? So it sounds like it's actually going to be on the market at some time, but right now it's a pocket listing, okay? So here's the property. So this could very well be a FSBO, right? But this allows us to do is place homes for sale as a pocket listing on the site. Does anybody have any questions so far? Nobody? Okay. All right. So now let's pretend I'm just a consumer. I'm a client, and I'm looking. And let me go to Texas because Cisco, you're the one that asked about this. So let me go see what we got over here in Texas. Okay, Texas. So let's go here. Let's go to Austin. Okay, in Austin, Texas, we've got a $4.7 million exclusive right here. Okay. This one is going to be listed by, now see how it says agent? Oh, wait a minute, was that? We're going to go back to that first one I showed you. I don't remember if it said that or not. I don't think it did. But just so you know, Adrian Overton, EXP Commercial, has this listing right here in Austin, right? It is an EXP exclusive. She wants to market it, but without having a listing agreement signed with it, you can't obviously put it into the multiple listings, right? The other thing too is her being a commercial agent, she may not have access to residential, right? Because she's on the commercial side. Commercial agents commercial advisors, sorry, don't ever call a commercial advisor an agent. They're advisors, okay? So a commercial advisor does not have MLS, so that might be why that's in there. Anyway, it's a pretty nice house in Austin. In Austin, it's 4.7. I would think 4.7 would be high. What do you think, Cisco?
I'm in the DFW area, but I think that sounds about right for Austin,
Really?
based on size. Wow. And that. Yeah, there's some areas in
Yeah.
Austin that are in that range for sure. So, might actually, yeah. Now,
cool. Anyway.
while you have me though, real quick. So,
yeah.
Although you can see that agent's info, if you were a consumer, that would be your information because you gave them access to the portal, I presume. Okay.
Correct. So if I were to go in here under, and I always use myself as a guinea pig. I always register myself for things so I can see what's the consumer see. Like when I'm sending out newsletters or if I'm just testing anything, I always test it to myself first, my own outside profile. Like I have a Gmail and it's my personal phone number, right? It's all, Jeff Russell as the person, not the real estate broker. But yes, they would only see my information. So you're giving them access to all 794 of these listings across the country, all pocket listings. And in order to get to any of those listings, to even get any more information that's in here, they have to contact you. It's the only way they can get to it. And by the way, same thing for there's probably more than 800 agents that are searching on here, right, for properties. And if you've got a property in Texas, Cisco, that's off market, they're going to see the property. They're going to go, oh my gosh, I'm interested in this property here in Texas. Who's the agent? Well, they're not going to tell them that it's you. They're going to refer them to you, right? They're going to want you to sign a referral so that you can, give them, 25, 35%, whatever, all negotiable, of course. Any questions so far?
You might be answering this down the road, but being new to EXP, at Keller Williams, we had something similar, and there was a pretty big push within our brokerage to use these platforms. Is it the same with EXP to increase agent participation? Like, is it common knowledge, besides your training that you're doing right now, that people go there before they go on MLS to look for deals, or is it kind of like need to know basis right now? Hasn't had much traction yet for agents.
Hasn't had much traction yet. Unfortunately, it hasn't had much traction, and that's why there's only 800 properties on here right now. But the more and more we all use this, the better. And the fact that there's only 800 properties, it's kind of a good thing in some sense, because there's less competition for your clients, right? Your buyers that are looking for stuff. But again, it's a way for them to search the entire country, whether it's, on the market, publicly, right? Which is this, wherever you are, Zen, or it's the EXP exclusives. I'm going to go in here. I want to see what it says for the agent here. Oh yeah. Okay, cool. So look, it is only visible. So even on these, I saw that other agency, oh shoot, they can see that. They can't. They only see your, so this is what I think is cool about this. Like if you say, hey, look, you don't need to go on Zillow to search, you can go on my site. And when you use my site, guess what? You have access to off-market properties, pocket listings, right? Everybody wants a pocket listing. Everybody wants a deal. Everybody wants what other people don't have. This is how you sell it. You say, look, forget Zillow. Zillow doesn't show you stuff that's pocket listings. My website does. You set them up on your website, right, over here, clients, and you send them an invite, right? These are some people I invited that haven't accepted it, which I need to go through and delete. Again, you get 10 for free, and then it's very, like, I don't know, $20 a month or something, and you get up to 500. But think about being able to put all of your clients on here and having a national way to search for pocket listings, right? And they'll get, I'm not sure what they see on their end over here. I know that they're going to see the multi-MLS. They'll probably see the California combined, which is your MLS. That's mine, right? And then over here, you've got all EXP listings actually listed in MLS. And then you've got the exclusives here, okay? I'm not sure what these other guys are over here, but that's how this works. So it's really freaking cool. Any questions? Did I cover it all, Kelly?
So,
Yep.
I did. Yeah.
okay, can I ask, so I have investors, buyer investors who want to buy properties. So can I get them, I can get them on this list, right?
Yeah. So you would go, let's just go ahead and invite you, Debbie. Let's go invite client. Give me your personal email, not your business. Oh, you muted, Debbie.
Gosh, D Darwin 1951.
Oh.
D Darwin, yeah. 1951 at gmail.com.
Okay. And what's your phone number?
682-667-1500.
Now
All
we're
right,
gonna
let's
harass
see.
you, Debbie.
So let's see. Alert me when available. You can, it looks like you can add your lender now. It says you can see if you can find this, Debbie, in your email, but you can include a warm introduction to one of your 5 trusted lenders when sending out an invite. So Kelly, we should add 5 of our lenders on here so we can start doing that, because I want to start using this more. I'm really doing myself a disservice. I'm one of the guilty ones. I know about it, but I just haven't really been using it. Debbie, did you already accept it?
Well, essentially, that's a way for people to search, and they're doing it under your name, which is not unlike doing it through one of our CRMs, putting them on search alerts. But this is more for
Right.
them to do, and search alerts is more for us to keep things that we know they're interested in front of them. There is a bit of a philosophical difference.
Yeah.
Unless
Debbie,
they do some searches based on criteria that we put in there, or is it only for the?
Yeah, no, you can do both. So that's a good question. So I can go, let's see, I'm just going to search MLS, because remember, again, when they search the MLS for anywhere they are in the country, they can set up the filters. So here's the filters. They can do price, min, max, property type, right? Bedrooms, including a studio, living area, lot size, year built, association fees, on the market date, listing contract date, all of these things, fixer upper, private pool. It's just like MLS basically. A lot more, and this is important, a lot more ways to filter down to the specific properties they're looking for, a lot more than Zillow, Redfin, Realtor.com. So there's a sale right there, because you can't put in, these things here, right? And then you got property type, you got status. Remember I said you could even look at closed properties. So let me see if I can, this is something I know you can't do in Zillow, right? So let's go closed. So sold, right? It looks like it's showing me sold properties, right? Yeah, it is. So I could actually look at sold properties by using this search right here. I don't know if does anybody know of any way a consumer can check for sold properties using filters? And Kelly, this just gave me an idea, like for doing some of the BPOs where we don't have MLS, like Santa Barbara, we could come in here and specify Santa Barbara sold and get the data just as if we're going into MLS.
Yeah.
Right? Wouldn't you think so?
What was
Who's that robot?
Who's that robot talking?
That's Cecilia. Cecilia, you need to dial in because your voice is digitized. That's what I did not want to happen to me.
Cecilia, I'm gonna mute you. We can't hear you, my dear. You're digitized. I think you need to dial in if you can hear us.
She got off. Okay, so back to Debbie, Miss Darwin. Were you able to find it, the invitation? You're muted. She's muted. I don't know if she knows she's muted. All right. Maybe I should have invited Kelly. Let's see. Oh, we can't hear you, Debbie. You're muted.
I can't find it.
You can't? In your spam or anywhere?
I understand. I'm just not real smart with this iPhone.
Yes, you are.
Yes, you are.
Is this better?
Yeah, there you
Okay.
are.
I have to do away with this iPad.
Oh, yeah, no problem.
Okay.
So
no.
what were you saying?
So
Oh, I was just saying that the MLS Touch does give the consumer the filter for sold, what's sold in the area.
wait, what has it?
The MLS Touch.
Yeah, but
It-
is that for consumers?
Yes, correct.
Oh, well, don't send them there, and don't tell them about it. Tell them about ZenList and set them up on your ZenList so that they have to go through you. It forces them
Yeah.
to go through you to get any information.
Right. So you have to pay that extra, right, in order for your
No.
information to come up when you go through the
No.
MLS?
No,
No?
you don't.
So-
No, so your clients, you can have 10. They give you 10. ZenList gives you 10 for free because that's what EXP pays for you, right? Because they want you to be able to get a little taste of how to use it and how awesome it is, right? And then once you see that, then you're going to do like I've done, which Kelly's going to do for me, and pay the $20 a month or whatever it is, so I can add all of my investors, invite all of my investors in here, and really start to push this. Because the more and more I can get my investors to use this, my clients, not just my investors, but my clients, the more opportunity I have for referrals all over the country, all throughout the EXP network.
Right. Now, it does have you put together your profile, but is that profile then connected? So let's say you go into the MLS or allow them to go into the MLS. Is the information of that agent provided or your information?
No, and that's the beauty of it. Only your information.
Okay. All right.
So they don't, yeah, that's why they have to go through you to get, they're going to have all the search capabilities of on the market, pocket listings, everything their heart desires. And you're going to be able to see, by the way, what they're looking at, right? Big Brother, you'll see what they looked at, what they're looking at again, how many times they clicked on it, all that stuff. But if they want to get in touch with that agent, they have to go through you. So it's giving you a ton of referral opportunity.
Okay, perfect.
And then on the other side, if you've got off-market properties or coming soon, or like I said, a FSBO, or maybe it's an expired that says, hey, if you bring me an offer, then I'll sell it, right? How many times have we heard that when you're prospecting expired? Bring me an offer, bring me a buyer, and I'll look at it, I'll consider selling. Well, you can't bring a buyer without advertising it. This gives you a way to share it with our office. Think of us as being like a small Keller or Coldwell Banker or Compass, whatever office. We're sharing at our weekly meetings these off-market properties every time, right? How do you do that at EXP? This is how we do it at EXP, but instead of being one small office, right, in Frisco, Texas, or wherever, now we are one office nationwide. All of our properties are going to go in there.
Okay. Now on the listing side, I was able to do a coming soon here on the listing side, but I didn't put it had a commission kind of structure on there. So I didn't know whether to include it or not. So does this allow us to include the commission? I mean, are we able to put the commission in there? Because it does have, the tabs for it.
Oh, it does have the
Yeah.
field for it. You're saying, correct? Yeah, then
Correct.
you can. Yeah, because
Okay.
remember, we could talk about what the seller's going to offer internally, and that's why it's an option on here, because internally it's fine. We just can't say it publicly. That's a great question, and thank you for bringing that up. I forgot about that. Yeah, so you can put, what the seller is offering for the buyer,
Okay.
which is still negotiable. It's always negotiable. It was always negotiable, right? We all know that. Debbie, did you get the invite?
Yes. Oh,
So did you accept it?
yes,
Oh, good. Where are you? I don't see you in
but
there.
I'm not sure where I am. Oh, well.
Oh, well, okay. Well, so I'm going to, I would say that anybody that's interested in this, which I hope you all are, Zenlist, Kelly, let's see if we can find a presentation that Zenlist does, because I'd actually like to see it again. Maybe what we do is just I think let's just bring them to our next meeting. No?
No, I'm just gonna send the recording.
Well, you know how many people are going to watch it, self-included? Probably none of them. I would say let's bring them to the next meeting, because that
Okay.
gives me the opportunity to see it. Because I've got a lot of recordings that I'm planning on watching, but this is too important, I think, to pass up. I just wanted to, Cisco wanted to know about this. I thought it'd be a good time for me to go back into it and kind of refresh. It's really powerful, right? There's more than I'm talking about here that you can use it for. And I really want to invite everybody to please start using this, because the more we can use this, the close to 100,000 of us EXP agents, the better it's going to get,
So
Kelly, could I
So-
encourage you to still send the recording so
Yeah, I'm
Mr.
putting it in the
Wood
chat.
Look at it, and
Yep, I'm
I'd
putting it
like
in
to
the
listen
chat.
to it too when you speak about it, Jeff.
Yeah, I just put it in the chat. It's the recording that we did. I'll reach out to, hopefully this person still works for Zenlist. I'll reach out to the contact to see if he's able to join.
Now, this whole presentation we're looking at now is going to go into Slack too, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I can find it in Slack. I don't have
Yes,
to
sir.
go
Yeah.
looking it up or make a special sheet for the day.
So
Isn't there
Jeff,
some training on Slack for it? Or isn't there some
No.
training in Enterprise or something?
I don't believe so.
I don't believe so, but I don't know.
I wish there would. I'm going to say something when I see Leo and those guys, and probably Wendy Forsythe. I'll talk to Wendy. We really need to start pushing this, because they're paying a lot of money to have access for each and every one of us agents, and we need to really start capitalizing on it, especially with what Compass is doing, right? So
Yeah, so Jeff,
all right.
it's I know there's like a big cultural push towards off-market alternative platforms. At Keller Williams, we were using it was proprietary, but then they moved to Final Offer. And the interesting thing about Final Offer was that they were showing, I don't know how they were doing it, because I know there's rules and all that stuff, but they were showing other agents off-market properties that you can request to see them, and there was some series of questions you answer, and then it would reveal the off-market property. So again, how they're doing it, I don't know, but I'd be curious to know if that's something that's on the roadmap for Zenlist as well. It could be because there's never an intention for those to end up on MLS, and maybe there's some sort of form they have the client sign. I'm not sure, but I would be really interested, because when I would put off-market properties on there, people outside of Keller Williams would inquire about them. So investors specifically.
Yeah. So anybody that inquires, you can send them off-market properties. You just can't advertise like on Facebook, anywhere publicly, Facebook or anywhere. You can't advertise, but you can, if you had 1,000 names and email addresses that said they were interested, you could send them all, the invite to Zenlist, and then they're going to have all your off-market properties right now that we just saw, and they could set up alerts so everyone that comes up in Texas, they see based on whatever criteria that they put in there. So does that, I think that is that what you're saying?
Maybe it has to do with when they sign up as a user to that platform, that it gave them access to that then potentially. So. Yeah.
That's how it should. That's how it works, and that's why we only get 10 for free. You have to pay like I don't know $20 a month or whatever to open it up for like 500. That's what I'm going to do on mine, and I'm going to invite everybody. I'm going to probably have ChatGPT help me with the quick, just small, short email saying, hey, you want access to off-market properties? Really make it really exciting, because it is. But something that they're going to click on and register. And there might be some I have to call, say, hey, man, you got to accept this invite because this is going to give you access to this. Actually, I'll probably do a video, actually, now that I'm thinking of it, because, video email would be much better to get people to, A, open it, and B, understand what you're trying to share with them. So anyway.
now, Jeff,
Any
are
other
you able
questions,
to
Bob?
do, Are you able to put your REOs when they're not on the market here?
Oh, that's good. That's a good. Why not,
Not
Kelly?
until you have a listing agreement.
Is it
Why
coming
not?
soon?
Oh, I don't know. You guys do whatever you want. If you don't have a listing agreement, I mean, all you have is an assignment. So,
Yeah. So like a FSBO, right? For sale by owner that doesn't want to list with you. That's why I said use this for FSBOs. It expired that I just talked to this morning and said, Jeff, bring me a buyer. I don't want to meet with you. Okay, well, how about this? How about you let me take some photos so that I can bring you a buyer? Oh, well, the photos were online. Well, no, those are owned by another agent. I can't use those. I have to take my own. Right, there you go, foot in the door. Maybe you won't even put it on Zenlist now that you've gotten in the door and you charm them like I'm going to do, and you actually get a listing agreement. But you don't need a listing agreement to put stuff on Zenlist. So,
okay.
So that's a great idea. I don't think there's going to be a challenge with that. I'm going to try it and walk it through. And if there is, I'll report back and let you know. But unless you hear back from me, we're going to move forward and do that because that's a great idea. Because REOs, as we all know, everybody wants REOs and short sales, right? But the other thing too is, like, we've got close to 20 right now, Kelly and I, and only a few are listed because they're in different different
Stages.
what do I want to say? Stages. Thank you. Jeez, there are different stages, but for someone to know, hey, I've got a mobile home in Huntington Beach. I don't even know if Rich knows this. We got 3 more REO assignments that are mobile homes, Rich. 2 in Huntington Beach, 1 in Brea. But for Richard and you guys to be able to see that in Zenlist and all the other EXP agents all over the country, they might have somebody, and maybe we can get buyers. Or I shouldn't say maybe, potentially we can have buyers before that thing even goes on the market.
Yeah,
We'd
you
still have to
mentioned
put it
you
on the
had-
market.
I'm sorry. You mentioned you had
We
more
still have to
mobile
put on
homes,
the-
but I don't know much about them, and I've still got another buyer that's interested in mobile homes, so I need to find out about those three too.
Well, watch Zenlist.
Okay, I'll look at
Put it
Zenlist.
in a search. I'm not sure if you can do this, but put it in a search for Huntington Beach mobile, and I think I'm pretty certain for like a consumer or for us as users that it'll send you an alert.
Okay.
So
I'll
we
do it.
don't have to, if we have buyers for these properties, we don't have to have any kind of agreement. We don't have to do a buyer rep or anything.
Good question. No, if you find, where was it? Let me go back to Zenlist. Where was it? Oh, I think I just saw it. Here we go. All right. So let's say you find a buyer. Let's see, you're in where? You're in Fort Worth, right? Okay, so let's go to Fort Worth. Oh, I need to go to EXP Exclusives.
I'd rather be in
Okay,
California,
yeah.
but
Okay, California. All right.
You're smart.
So let's
buddy.
say you want to move. You want to move, or let's say one of your buyers sees this property here for 2.9 million in Aliso Viejo, right? And they're like, oh my gosh, this is a great off-market property. See, it says active off-market though, right? This is not in the MLS, right? Well, this person, another EXP commercial. Why do you think I keep seeing EXP commercial here? Anyone want to tell me why?
Because they aren't members of the MLS.
That's
Right.
right. So
Yeah.
this is where they're advertising it because they can't put it in MLS because they don't have membership. So it's an EXP exclusive. So here's a property here for 2.9. So Debbie, your person that you've got set up here, your client, right? That you've got set up to search the entire country for MLS, or excuse me, the entire country for off-market pocket listings that EXP agents have. They're not going to see any of this. They're only going to have your information. So you're going to pick up the phone. You're going to call Kathy, Jesse, say, hey, Kathy, I got a potential buyer for your property. You okay with a 35% referral? Oh yeah, Debbie, that's fine. Yeah, send them over. And then and then who initiates the referral, Kelly? In that case, it's Debbie, right?
Whoever's referring the lead, yes.
Right. So Debbie, you're going to do it in EXP referral. It's all automated. It's pretty awesome. It's super, super simple. And you're going to refer Jane Doe or John Doe, whoever this is, that's, and they don't even have to be in Texas. They could be in New York, right? They just know you and they got access to Zenlist through you. You're going to refer them to Kathy and you're going to make 35% on 2.9 million. Cool, huh?
Yeah, I think that's what I need to do. That's better than the 350,000 I'm dealing with.
Yeah. So literally, I don't. Hang on, real quick. Literally, wherever you are in the whole entire country with EXP, you can just from your desk set up clients, anybody, right? Anybody that wants to be set up, clients, investors, hedge funds, whatever, on Zenlist and give them access to this. And the only way that they can contact any of the agents with any of these properties as it grows is through you via referral.
Since you're
Okay, I
on
think
that,
I'm still stuck on the buyer rep part. So, EXP, I mean, what happens with our paperwork with EXP if we don't have a buyer representation form?
You have to have a buyer representation form to represent a buyer.
But she's not representing the buyer, she's referring them.
Right. So it's the person representing them, Debbie.
Okay.
So while
you
you're
don't.
on that
So
point-
so hang on. So let me back up. So let's say that you are with EXP Commercial. I'm sorry. Let's say that you are a referral agent only, meaning I don't have MLS. I don't practice real estate, but I do have a real estate license, and I'd like to be able to use Zenlist and refer people to one another and make referral commission, right? That person isn't even able to represent a buyer, right? They're only a referral agent. So the referral buyer broker agreement with that buyer will be with Kathy in this case, and your buyer that you referred to Kathy.
Okay, I got it. I'm just always.
Because remember, you have zero liability on a referral, which
Yeah, I
makes
like
referrals
that.
great, right? Yeah. And then one other thing I want to say about referrals, not to confuse anybody, but another thing with referrals. So I've had people in my organization here at EXP, agents say, Jeff, I'm not, closing any deals. It's costing me $85 a month, and I've got to pay, $1,200 in MLS dues every year, and I'm not. There's no ROI. I'm not making any money. Well, are you still doing referrals? Do you still want to refer people? Oh yeah, I can still do that. I'd love to do that, Jeff. That's all I really do. Great. Then they're going to make you a referral agent, and what an EXP referral agent is they move them out of the realty side of the business, EXP Realty, over to EXP Commercial. Because as we know, commercial agents don't have or need what?
membership in
MLS.
Right.
MLS.
So it doesn't cost them the $1,200 a year. Oh, and by the way, that $85 a year is lowered to $50. I'm sorry, a month, because they don't need
Insurance. Liability.
Wait, no, they don't need SkyScope. They don't need a CRM. They don't need a lot of the things that EXP provides us that's part of that $85 a month. So it's only $50 at commercial. So they go to the commercial division of EXP. Kind of off topic, but while we're talking about referrals, I want to mention that because when you're attracting agents under you and your own organizations, just know that there is a spot for people that aren't doing a lot of business and just want to do referrals and don't want to have MLS. It's basically what? It's $1,200 a year, basically. It's $50 a month.
$600 a year, Jeff.
Oh, thank you, sir. Duh. No, seven.
Well, 50
No,
times
600.
12 would be
Where's
600.
my math, man? Rich, thanks. Whew, glad I have you here. Fact check me.
So before you get on, and I forget, because Kelly brought it up, in any scenario like that, when is the exact point where you absolutely need to have a broker scenario?
Well, hang on.
Broker
You're getting
representation.
on a different subject. I know Debbie asked that question and opened that door, but let's finish this. Does anybody have any other questions on Zenlist? All right, cool. All right, Rich, go ahead, sir.
No, just that point. because Debbie brought it up, and I just like in the references she was talking about, obviously the person that's going to represent the buyer that she refers, they need to have a broker representation.
Right.
But is it like basically when you're going to show them a house, or when you really know that you're going to have a committed buyer
You
representation?
can't even unlock a door without it.
Oh, well, I know
legally.
that much.
Well, but
is there a point
yeah.
before that?
Yeah, so when you start working with that buyer, like you need to if you're going to be discussing writing offers or anything about a property, you should
Okay.
have some type of agreement.
So
But-
basically, if you're going to move to any kind of a scenario that's involved in agency relationship, get a BRBC.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
That was what I just wanted to.
Yeah, and a lot of investor clients like don't want to sign exclusive, do a non-exclusive, right? But have some type of an agreement. If you can't get an exclusive, have some type of an agreement with them.
Yeah. There was another question
And
that
with-
came up, and I lost it now. I'll have to see if you.
I feel you, Richard.
I had it, and you kept talking, and I couldn't get it, and I didn't write it down. I should have wrote it down. I'm sorry.
All right, cool. Okay, so let's see. So we did that. I'm going to move that over, and then let's see. Kelly, you want to pull comps? I'm not sure what that meant, but it says pulling comps. Was there something?
No, we can skip over that. It was
You
for
can?
well, Bashira's not on, so it was really for Bashira. I
Okay.
think most people on here know how to pull comps.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay. Well, then I'm just going to mark it as done, and
Yep.
Bashira can go into the broker room. All right. Let's see. ChatGPT, is that?
Yeah, that's the scenario about since it's been coming up a lot regarding price adjustments and
Okay.
yeah, I sent it to you in Teams. But
Okay. And how to buy?
oh, sorry.
How to add a buyer's agent to your team? I was
Yeah,
thinking
I'm
maybe
not
you
sure
could
who
do that
asked that.
while
Well, you have to create a team. So I don't really know. I mean, you know more about this than I do.
Was that Cisco's question?
No,
No.
it was someone else's. I don't remember who. It was a while ago. It's been on that board for a while. But it's
Yeah,
probably a good thing to just high level overview. So you have to so for anyone wanting to create a team, so like with buyer's agents and listing agents under you, you have to form a team with EXP. So like Jeff has a team with EXP, Russell Realty Group, and that team's been formed and approved with EXP. And once you have a designated team, you can then get buyer's agents. Now, anyone on this call can attract and build an organization, and you don't need a standard team, right? But for those that want to build a team, you have to have it's a standardized team. Is that what it's called, Jeff?
Yeah.
Yeah. So a standardized team, and then you can, advertise on Indeed. You do not, this is very important, you do not list EXP as the broker. You are the team. So if it's, Cisco from Frisco's real estate team, then it's going to be Cisco from Frisco real estate team, right? On Indeed. It's not going to talk about EXP at all in advertising. That's a big no-no. So, but that is the way that you can go and get, that's how you can run ads on Indeed. I hope that answers everyone's question.
And I put up the chart, understanding the different teams, commissions, how they work here on the
Can
screen.
you put that? Can you put it in the chat too? The link in the chat,
yeah.
please.
Yeah. So
Thanks.
basically, a self-organized team is just really not really a team at all. It's just a roster. A standard team is what I have, right? Enables you to do half caps for team members as well, right? Mega icon team, that's Cisco here. in the next year or so. That's where he's got 10 capping agents on his team that cap and doing 40 million a year or 175 closed transactions. That's a mega icon team, and those team members you can give reduced quarter caps. Any questions?
I did learn, just to share if anyone is interested in doing that, when they do choose reduced cap, they are not eligible for Icon. So something to let people know up front.
Yep.
As I did a standard team to start, obviously work our way up to your point eventually. But for now, I'm making sure I disclose that to people up front so they're not upset 6 months or 12 months in if they're good producers.
Yep. Right. Anything else? Any other questions, comments? I'm going to put this chart in the chat. It's got some examples as well of how to set up a team.
Thank you, Jeff.
You're welcome. Let's see here, chat. Oops. All right, there it is. Okay. There's some questions in the chat, Kelly. Anything we want to answer?
I know. Hold on.
Okay.
I don't know
And then
what
whoever's got-
Arlene was talking about. So do take part in Revenos. I'm not sure what that means. All right, what were we going to say, Jeff?
I was just going to ask who the Zoom user and the iPhone was. I'm not sure where to send a referral if I had one for either of those people.
I'm
All
not
right,
sure.
let's see. Where did it go? Where did my Trello go?
How to get creative with your buyers, sending them coming soon properties, looking at what's sitting on market without price change. Oh, I think we already covered that. But I set myself up on a search that goes directly to me through my MLS for all my buyers that I'm working with, and I make sure that I have the coming soon checked because coming soon isn't public on all platforms, so not all buyers will see coming soon properties. So that gives me an opportunity to send it to my buyers early so they see it. And then also I've been really looking at properties sitting on the market for over 30 days, some 60 days, which has been giving us some leverage on doing, reduced offers, reduced prices. So, if the price is 1.5 million, going in under because it's obviously overpriced. So it's been giving my buyers leverage because there's a lot of properties sitting right now. So that's all.
And I have something to add to that. If I need everybody to type this in, just type Y or N for yes or no. So are you writing offers for properties that are under contract? Already under contract?
Yeah.
All right, Kelly, you want to take this one?
I don't know
I'm
where you're
surprised
going.
to see. Okay, I'm surprised to see a lot of no's, and I'm happy to see the yes. So when I list a property, when anybody lists a property, or when anybody goes into escrow, I have a lot of properties fall out of escrow, and fortunately, I get multiple offers on most of my properties because I price them right. A, B, I continue to market the property until all contingencies are removed. Where I'm going with this is basically, if I have a property that is active under contract, right? So in Zillow, it shows active under contract, right? It's kind of discouraging for buyers because, oh, it's already in escrow. Well, what percentage of escrows fall out? Just generally speaking.
Probably 30%, maybe.
Yeah,
more.
I would say 35 probably or so. So if 1 out of 3 falls out of escrow, why wouldn't you want to have an offer in on a property so that, because most sellers are over it. When something falls out of escrow, they're just like, oh my gosh, we got to put the house back on the market. Think about if they had a backup offer from you, right? Because you wrote an offer while it was under contract. Do you think that that might be a huge advantage for your buyer? Because A, they're not going to have to compete with multiple offers or any other offers because it never goes back active again, right? And maybe even they're thinking about a price, I'll say reduction in this case, reduction because of what this current buyer found out in escrow, right? There's all these things happening. I cannot tell you how many times with all the listings that I'm taking that I've had, a seller say, Jeff, you know what? Yeah, I know you got multiple offers, and I know that offer came in, just a few days ago, right, while we were under contract with this other one, but let's just go ahead and take their offer. Wait, what? You don't want to put it back on the market? No, let's just take their offer. I just want to get this thing closed. Okay. Call the agent. Hey, your offer, is your buyer still interested? Well, yeah, but aren't you under contract? Well, it just fell out. So we put them into contract. So please, it's like a diamond in the rough. I don't work with buyers personally, but I can tell you that those of you that are writing buyers offers, start looking at those active under contract, the ones that all contingencies have not been removed on, because it's a huge opportunity. Because if you got, as a seller or a listing agent, you've got something in writing ready to go, you might have the chance to get that without having to compete against anybody else, right? Just slide you right into escrow. Or worst case scenario, they do put it back on the market, but you have another chance, right? If you don't write that offer, then no venture, no gain.
It makes you as the buyer's agent look smart, and it makes you as the seller's agent look smart that you do that. You need to educate your people about that potential.
Absolutely. And again, I tell my sellers, listen, once I know we're going into escrow on Monday or whatever, we're still, like, we had an open house this weekend on a property that I already had 20 offers on, but we're still held it open because I want to give the buyer's agent, my buyer's agent, or whoever's holding it open, an opportunity to get leads. And I want backup offers, because until all contingencies are removed, that thing ain't sold, right? So I don't count my chickens before count my eggs before my, whatever the hell that is.
You wait till the fat
Anyway.
lady sings.
Yeah, exactly. So please, anybody that put no, please take the time, write the offer, right? Because I more times than I can remember, buyers have gotten in and closed on my properties that have written a backup offer after or while I was under contract, right? It's only 1 in 3 chance, roughly, right? But 1 in 3 is better than 1 in 10 or none.
Any other questions on that? Because I want to answer some questions. So Arlene, I'm kind of, we're talking about agents that want just to be referral agents and not a full realtor. So no MLS access, not really practicing real estate, just able to do referrals. That's what we were talking about earlier. I don't know if you can unmute.
She's still here? I don't see her.
Yeah, she's on here, just no camera.
Oh yeah, I'm on here. I'm sorry, I couldn't find the button. So I was just trying to get a little clarity on. I was overhearing that on Zenlist that they can refer, can be a referral agent to the other agent that has the property. And I remember you guys saying something about a percentage of 35. Is it 35% if I recall?
It's 85,
Referrals
it's
range.
35, it's whatever.
25.
Whatever you negotiate.
Yeah, whatever you negotiate.
Okay, isn't that more than what a realtor negotiates for a listing?
No, it's a referral off the commission. So if the commission is 2.5%, it's a 20, 25, 35% referral off of that.
Off of
So
whatever.
if the commission, total commission is 10,000, 35% of 10,000 is 3,500.
Okay, I see. Okay, and then another thing I wanted to know, you were saying something about that referral agent is in the commercial side because they're not a active agent, right?
Different topic, but yeah, if you wanted to be a referral only agent at EXP, you would be under the EXP commercial umbrella.
Okay, then one more question. I just want to know from that avenue from a referral agent, do they still have the ability to attract other agents to EXP to take part in the
Yes.
center?
Yes.
Okay, that's what I wanted to know. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
Jeff, you have a call in 1 minute.
I
So, yep. It's 2:30.
Have we been on here an hour?
Yeah.
Holy moly!
Zenless took up most of the meeting today. So,
Okay.
all right, guys. Well, and Jeff, you're to call him.
Okay. We'll do the Chat GPT thing is something that I was going to do, but we'll do it on the next call. I'm trying to get a price improvement on a lease of all things, and I wanted to use that to show you how I'm going to get it. But anyway, sorry I didn't get to it. Go ahead, Kelly.
All right. Anyone have a motivational thought for us?
I would say just get out and do it.
There you go. Absolutely.
All right. Thanks, Arlene.
Take action. Thanks,
Take
guys.
action. Have a great one, guys.
Bye.
Bye.